Well, hello and welcome to the Lockhart Radio Podcast. I am your host, Felicia Lockhart. Today we are looking at the Thornton Township meeting that took place last night. And I have to tell you, according to WGN and a few other publications, it was a powder keg. We are going to look at it together. Now, I have not seen it in its entirety. The only thing that I've seen is some of the news clips, like I shared just now, WGN's response to what happened. So we're going to look at that. And then we're also going to take a gander at exactly what took place. We're going to watch it together. It's not going to be something that I've already seen, in other words. Okay. So you're going to get my raw and uncut opinion in this reaction video today. This is important for us. And let me tell you why it's important. It's important for us to know exactly what's going on in these areas because I believe it gives us a heightened sense of responsibility within our own communities. In other words, if you know when your meetings are taking place in your city, it just might want to go in and check it out because you just never know what you're missing. So the first thing that we're going to look at is WGN's account of the Thornton Township trustees meeting last night. Okay, so that'll be the first thing, and then we'll get right into the meeting. Greetings to everyone that's here. I welcome each and every one of you to the podcast. Please remember while you're here to push that like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And yeah, here we go.
New tonight, the Thornton Township Board of Trustees did not approve funds at a meeting tonight for work and services performed for the township.
WGN's Brona Tumulty joins us now with the details. Brona.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, all of the vendors listed in the general fund and the general assistance fund may not be getting any money for the foreseeable future. Neither of those funds were approved tonight by trustees. The vote was taken and there was essentially a stalemate.
Y'all want to give the public a reason why we're not paying bills tonight?
Another night of fireworks in Thornton Township.
I'm being very clear on what we're doing. As long as we give you what you asked for, that's all that matters.
The infighting largely centering on requests for information.
You got it on Sunday. When is the meeting? Tuesday? Okay. How many days is that before?
48 hours.
What does the law say? What does the law say? What's the difference? What does the law say, trustee? She said you're supposed to have the bill 48 hours before.
And arguments over ordinances some of the trustees want in place.
I'll feel more comfortable if there's structured organization and a limit set and it's forced, not forced, but just enforced that there's responsible spending with the township funds.
Those would help regulate how township funds are spent.
It was in plenty of time to be put on the agenda. Obviously, you saw it was not on the agenda.
There were a number of items on the agenda not approved, meaning checks won't go out for a number of residents, which trustee Chris Gonzalez says he's still happy to get the ball rolling on, but needs a collaborative effort from his colleagues.
Today's Tuesday only. We could get it done, but it takes the cooperation. And like I said, at the end of the meeting, it takes leadership. It takes communication.
Now, it's unclear how things will move forward. Even if another example was called this week to try and resolve all of this, it could well result in another tie. We're live in South Holland. Brona Tumulty, WGN News.
Thank you, Brona.
A township board meeting.
Okay, that's another article coming up. Let's just see what Fox has to say. I mean, it was coming right up immediately after, although it was not part of the plan for us. Hey, can't hurt. So let's just see what they got to say. And then we'll go right into the actual meeting. Boy, oh boy. Looking at the last article that we just saw, this appears to be an argument over power of the money or power of the purse. Wouldn't you say? I think so. Hey, Disciple and Vine Dressers Branch, grand to see you today. So let's go on ahead and let's see what they've got to say here.
Meeting ended a standoff in the south suburbs.
The feud centers around controversial Thornton Township Supervisor and Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Anthony Ponce joins us in studio to explain.
Yes, Brian and Natalie, it is very clear that the trustees in Thornton Township have trust issues, refusing to second a motion by Tiffany Henyard to get routine township bills paid.
I motion that we pay the bills for the general fund. Is there a second? Is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
Trustee Jones?
Nope. Radio silence after Henyard attempts to get general fund bills paid. Here's why the trustees didn't go along with it. Board members had previously proposed several ordinances to be included on last night's agenda. Those ordinance proposals put limits on elected officials being able to use township merchandise for self-promotion. They put travel guidelines in place for elected officials and also put caps on spending and salaries. Those proposals come after a series of controversial moves by Henyard, who's accused of using public money for personal gain and not being transparent about her spending. So when the trustees showed up to the meeting last night, the agenda included none of those proposals, so they refused to budge on this.
You guys still don't want to move forward with paying any of the bills in the general fund? That is my question.
Is there a day with the previous week that we could pick, that we could set to review the bills?
Trustee, y'all already have the bills. Do you want to pay the bills in the general fund?
What the public
No,
needs
no,
to
no.
know.
They already know. Stop.
They don't need.
Our meeting is on
So that's a
Tuesday.
no then.
We're here. We're
That's a
here.
no. So-
We had time to review it. My question is, are you paying the bills?
To review invoices.
Point of order. Is there a motion on the floor to pay the general fund?
So that motion to pay those bills failed. Henyard adjourned the meeting and walked out. Natalie.
So if you can't get your way, just walk out. Just get up and just leave. Now, hey, everybody. So listen, you guys, Jack Walsh, Rebecca Ann, Disciple, and Vine Dressers, and everybody else who might be working and not able to type in the chat. Let's go in, shall we? Let's dig deep and find out exactly what's going on, because I'm glad that we're watching it for the first time together. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Hey, Betty R. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take the stress of it all, because it looks like it's going to get a little heated. So let's get into it. We're going to go on ahead and push it back here. I do not own this. This is from the Lansing Journal. They are exceptional. I absolutely adore their paper, and I am subscribed to their channel. Again, this is from the Lansing Journal, and we here at the Lockhart Perspective and Headlines with a Voice are specifically using it for commentary, for criticism, and all the stuff that's covered under the Copyright Act of 1976. Let's get into it.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, now let's just stop for a second, because I need to clarify something. What's there is what's supposed to be talked about at this meeting. So if we go back just a smidge, remember, you guys, we're all looking at this together. So let's start it again. All right, so the way that they started it was by rolling what they were supposed to meet about. Okay, let's see. Meeting, call to order, roll call, pledge of allegiance, reports, presentations, approval of the minutes. Okay, let's go.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out this evening. I missed y'all, and I will hopefully see you guys at some of our functions that we have throughout the year. Today, I'd like to call the order for the township meeting. Today is July 16th, 2024, and the time is 6:29. 6:29 p.m. Please call the roll.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Gonzalez?
Present.
Trustee Gray Everett?
Thank you.
Trustee Carlisle?
Present.
Supervisor Henyard?
Present. If everybody would stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next on the agenda is reports, presentations. Having none, next is approval of minutes. Is there a motion to approve minutes of the special board meeting held on June 20, 2024 at 8 p.m.? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second, any discussion? Call roll.
Trustee Gray Everett?
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Jones? Supervisor Henyard?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Next on the agenda is there a motion to approve minutes of a special board meeting held July 1st, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is second, any discussion? Call roll.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle.
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Jones. Supervisor Henyard.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Next on the agenda is approval of bills. Is there a motion to approve the general fund? Is there a second? Is there a second? Second. Call the roll.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle.
No.
Trustee Gonzalez.
No.
Trustee Jones. Supervisor Henyard.
Yes.
Typo.
Right,
That's a typo.
okay, anybody want, y'all want to pay bills? Trustees? Y'all don't pay nobody?
You guys, I punched it up to speed
For
1.25.
me,
But it just seems like it may be going a little fast because she speaks sort of fast, doesn't it? Here, I'm going to stay on this side and check and see if it's too fast. I just didn't want to go through all the preliminary stuff. So let's see if it's too fast. If it is, I'll slow it back down to normal. But let's go ahead and try it.
I like to say, so I think at some point in time, there needs to be inclusion, equity, and compromise from the administration. I know we did send over some ordinances that didn't get placed on the agenda, and those ordinances were put in place, and we're even creating ordinances at this point.
We have bills,
Right, but you asked me a question, I'm
About
giving
bills.
right, I'm giving my response.
Right, fix the agenda.
That's what I'm doing. You want my response or not?
I do, but
Okay, I think we're going to have to
Okay,
slow it
so
down,
again,
you guys.
It was to
Because they
put,
speak so fast.
you know,
Hold on, I'm
organizational
gonna put
structure
some
and
subtitles
responsible
on
spending
there.
in place. And since those ordinances were not
Slow
placed
it down.
on the
And let's
agenda,
put the subtitles.
I don't feel comfortable supporting the spending. So once the ordinances are put in place and supported, I'll feel more comfortable if there's structure, organizability, and compromise from the administration. I know we did send over some ordinances that didn't get placed on the agenda, and those ordinances were put in place, and we're even creating ordinances at this point.
We have bills,
Okay, right, but you asked me a question. I'm
About
giving my-
bills.
Right, and I'm giving my response.
right, fix the agenda.
That's what I'm doing. You want my response or not?
I do, but I want to talk about ordinance, talk about
Okay,
bills.
so again, it was to put, organization and structure and responsible spending in place. And since those ordinances were not placed on the agenda, I don't feel comfortable supporting the spending. So once the ordinances are put in place and supported, I'll feel more comfortable if there's structure, organization, and a limit set, and it's forced, not forced, but just enforced that there's responsible spending with the township funds. So that's why I'm not supporting the bills.
Okay, where is it not responsible spending? You need to point it out, because you're saying that and have no evidence of that, you're just saying things. So tell the public where you see that there's no responsible spending.
And then she starts her awesome bullying. She's the bully. Every single time somebody gives her something that is sound and concrete, it appears that tell the public. And then it looks like she plants people in the audience that are always going to stand up and keep a ruckus going because she can't seem to be able to keep the ruckus going on her own. Is that what you guys see? Because this gal over here, the one that's asking the question, stating, hey, listen, we want to make sure, and I'm going to paraphrase here, that there is responsible spending. We don't want to just get here and approve spending the township's money unless we understand what it is. I applaud her. Let's give her an applause. I applaud her because that's the way that it's supposed to be. If I'm spending somebody else's money, I remember working with the school district back in years ago when my kids were in school. I was on one of the councils for the kids' school. I had to make sure that everything that was coming through was right and fair and balanced and that it was not just blowing the money. What is wrong with that? I think there's more to this. You guys, let's find out together. I think there's something else going on here. I think her feet is finally being held to the fire and she's not liking the way the heat is. Let's find out.
So this is all department heads. For the record, that people that don't know how this works, every bill that come on here comes from a department head. She knows that. So if they have a question, they ask the question, they answer the questions. So their job as trustees is to legislate. They come up here and they say yes or no. But when you say no, give the reason for why you do not want to pay a bill that a department head for their department already. So
Can we have the invoices and credit card statements?
you have all that. Hold on. Let me finish with her, and I'm gonna come to you. So can you please tell them where
Now, I do not think that this man is an idiot. if he had the credit card statements and the actual bills, I don't think that he would waste his time and sit in this room and ask that question. She always does this. She bullies her way through the same thing when she's at the other arena that she manages or that she's the mayor of. She does the same thing there. You already have it. And they stop and they say, no, we don't. We don't have it. Oh, really, Kenneth? Thank you for that. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, in the corner with the black on. Okay. Okay. Huh. Wow. You find out a lot. Let's go, you guys. See?
You see something that's wrong.
I just gave my statement.
No.
I asked for certain things that I did not receive, and again, I made my statement, and that's where I stand.
Okay. No, I'm gonna call my new one. But that's your statement. You got stuff you didn't receive. That's your statement. You still doing?
I'm sticking with it. The only way I'm going to receive any information from your administration is via email. That's what I stated, and that's the way I want to receive information from your administration. Yeah, so I made my statement in that.
Okay, trustee, you are so wrong with everything that you're trying to do here. I think that you should tell the people the real reason why you're doing all this chaos here at the township, when the township is actually doing better than where it was since I became the supervisor. Before that, you sat on the other side, which is administration, and you know exactly the process, you know exactly how it works, and they're doing exactly the same thing that you did when you was in administration. Now you are a trustee, so you should be 100 with the people on why you're doing all this chaotic stuff. I'm gonna have department heads speak to your lies that you're telling the public and the media while they're out here saying that we are not being transparent. One thing we pride ourselves on here at Thornton Township is transparency. We have bent over backwards for you. We have sent emails out to you, text messages out to you. We've given you documentation. We printed it, we emailed it. What more do you want us to do? Real soon, you are becoming, what's the word I want to use? You harassing the staff. The staff don't feel comfortable with you constantly calling them, asking them for things. Your job is to contact Keith Price and get your information like we would do in any body of government. Keith Price has been really, really open to anything you ask for. And so
wait a minute. Somebody in the chat help me. Keith Price. Isn't that one of her relatives? Isn't that somebody? Who is Keith Price, Yolanda Fields? Who is Keith Price? Do you know who that is? I know that name. And it's not the other man. Did he change his name? The guy who manages the other place, the city of Thornton? Thornton, let me see. Have to see the email memo Keith Freeman left for the Thornton and implemented in Dalton. It explains it all. Okay. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm so glad we got some strong people here today to help me understand this, because this seems a bit backwards to me. Why is she attacking this woman? She's attacking her for putting her statement out there to the world to say, I want to make sure. Okay. So Keith Freeman got fired. Whoa, boy. Okay, so Keith Price, you know, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm glad you guys are here. Please look out and make sure that you guys have the bell notification hit, because I got a question about a few people when I was doing some research, and I want to know if you guys know if these people have anything to do for them. Okay, I'm gonna look for that. I probably have to go and see. Please look for Keith Freeman's email to the Dalton employees. Whoa. He was the food bank manager. Now Price has Freeman's position. Okay. All right. Woo-hoo. This is getting juicy. It's getting juicy.
Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt has given you every document you've asked for. So y'all get up here and grandstand for the public. I don't appreciate it. You guys want to put us in a bad light. I don't appreciate it. Everything we have done with, whether it's with spending, with transparency, with commitment to the township, has been on the up and so for you to sit here and say that, you're dead wrong. Robert Hunt, go to that stand and you tell me what Carmen asked you for and what's been going on, so the public will know.
So if you sent emails, then you have those emails? If you have those emails,
Robert,
the public needs to know.
Robert, go
The public needs to know that as well. Do you have those emails?
I didn't think so.
Oh,
No, don't worry about it. I'm gonna dress him in a minute. We gonna dress him, but stop. You just chill out. We doing something right now. Robert Hunt, tell me what trustee, Carmen right here have been sending you emails, how many meetings she have canceled with staff that we have put in place, and she don't show up. Tell them the game that she is playing with Thornton Township. Her job is to come here and do her job, which is to make sure that they do the will of the people. You guys work for the people. And when y'all do the work, they should pay you. They should pay politics like they're doing. Please tell them, explain.
Definitely want to, I don't want to say, I guess we want to make sure that there's better communication. Party set how we want to move going forward. I have email bills sometimes, but there are big files, and sometimes they are hard to download. So then we started printing bills, and then now it's like go back to email, but just we can figure out what a consistent process of how we want to do it. I keep going forward doing that.
You're not being clear, Robert.
This is all kind of new, but we are trying to start over pulling all the bills over 500 pages. So we are getting all information together. We have sent emails, and those are big files, so they're. I know you said that you couldn't download them because it was kind of big. It was messing up.
Excuse me,
So then
and Robert does do a good job at sending invoices via email, and I asked for invoices that were printed, and I don't want to receive any information printed. I want all communication to be transparent, and I want it to be a documented form of communication where I can go back and look at it if I need it. So Robert and the finance department does do a good job at sending over invoices that I asked for, so I'll make that clear.
So y'all see the mess. Did she just tell y'all she did get invoices?
I didn't get the invoices.
She get the invoice, hold on. She get the invoices, and now you want to tell us how to give it to you. If he printed it, you have it. If you get an email, you have it. So long as we giving you the documentation, your job is to go through it and make sure you're okay with it and ask questions before we get here. So we're not doing this for the public. That is the whole problem. And I don't know if you see that. Robert's being mouth sauce with it. Robert needs to tell you the truth. Robert, did she not ask you for it and you emailed it and then you printed it, correct?
Did you email it, Robert?
These bills the bills last week we emailed.
These bills for this?
But this means we just printed, because when we emailed last week, when we emailed 2 weeks ago, there was difficulty for you to download.
That she said it was difficult for her to
download. So we was like, okay. So we did print 500 pages, provide to the clerk department, and just say it was available for you to pick up.
And then what did she do?
She did pick them up,
Mm-hmm.
and then she returned and said she would like to email it to her.
Correct.
Right.
So hold on. Let's be crystal clear.
I don't want to
You cannot do what.
Okay, so what she's saying is, this young lady, Carlisle, to my estimation, is I need an electronic paper trail. If that is 500 pages, I don't think I'm clear. If this is 500 packets or 500 paper pages to be distributed in total, 500 each, or the bottom line is, from what I gathered, this young lady is requesting an electronic copy of this email because she was not able to open the previous emails that were sent to her, and she does not want something that can be tampered with. Am I making myself clear? So in other words, if I'm working in a corporation, I don't want no paper. Send it to me electronically so that I can have this as a paper trail. That's why I send things electronically, because it has a timestamp and it can be vetted. Even if it is destroyed or deleted, they can forensically exegete that from my hard drive or wherever it goes when it's deleted into the abyss, if that makes sense. So that is okay. So that's it. All right. Yolanda's answering it. That's it. Okay. So there's been some shenanigans, apparently, or as I'm being able to just discern this, again, watching this the first time with all of you here, it would appear that the shenanigans is, hey, you're saying I can come and pick this up, but how do I know if this is exactly what was emailed to me? So you know what? because you've got all of these inquiries going on with the FBI and now with the former mayor of Chicago here, I am going to require you to give me something that I can have as proof that my hands wasn't involved in this. Okay, I think I'm getting it. Let's go forward.
What you're doing, trustee, as long as they are being transparent, they're giving you the documentation, you have it in your possession, that's on you. You brought it back and want somebody to do another step. That ain't what we do. Our job is to give you what you asked for, and then your job is to talk about it. All right, Robert, you can sit down. Go ahead, KP.
Very clear how I want you to receive it.
And I'm being very clear on what we're doing. As long as we give you what you asked for, that's all that matters. Go ahead, KP.
Everything I asked for.
You got what you need. You got what you need. All right, go ahead, KP. You have the floor.
Good evening, everybody, residents.
Hold on. The gentleman in the red shirt, I'm watching body language. The gentleman in the red shirt appears to be quite nervous when he went to step down and go and have his seat. Here is my blanket plea for everybody there that's dealing with this, that they immediately wash and sanitize their hands of any involvement in the very propriety or the very appearance of evil. I really plead that they will wash their hands of anything, because messing with the FBI, messing with, especially now that they have the other woman down there dealing with Dalton, this is not going to end well for anybody that puts their hands in this mess to try to pull her out of it. At this point, everybody and anybody, if there is any impropriety, I have to say that, because I have to say that it's alleged. I've not examined anything. I am only going by what I can see publicly in the documents that I have read. Okay, so to just absolve myself of any of the effery that's going on here, I have to say that. But with all due diligence, I must add that they need to wash their hands and sanitize them post haste, because this feels like something's about to pop. Yeah, pop goes the weasel, and the weasel about to go pop.
Board of Trustees. As Robert stated, first of all, I want to be real clear. Robert doesn't really like the conflict that's going on. I don't like it either, because once you start saying people aren't giving you things, you're stating that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do as well. And I take that personally. This is 2 weeks ago, as Robert stated, he emailed the trustee everything she wanted. She had a problem downloading. Robert said, hey, do you care if we print it off? I said 60 ILCS states that if she wants to review bills and invoices, she is to set up a meeting with the clerk. I said, print it off. He said, I'll print it off, I'll give it to the clerk. Trustee came in. I just got this file from the deputy clerk. If you didn't see Mr. Moore, walk over there and grab it. This is the file that was printed out for her. Over 400, all the invoices, everything she asked for, everything. This is not small. Trustee Carlisle has been sending a plethora of emails. Ever since I've known Trustee Carlisle, she has communicated with me via text message, from when she was setting up box giveaways to currently when I asked her. Hey,
okay, so apparently somebody's got some sense and has either gotten somebody to counsel them, and by somebody I would say that it would be this young lady Carlisle. She's talked to somebody that told her, yeah, text messages are okay, but what is pristine and what is the best is going to be an email. Now, a 400-page document is huge. That's huge. That's almost, put it in a normal Dropbox type place and let everybody, go there to pull it, which would not be a bad thing. But 400 pages is a lot. I don't understand why they're trying to send a 400-page document in the first place. Let's just be clear. That's tantamount to a book. So why are we sending a 400-page document, if not to cause confusion? And if it's not to cause confusion, then why wouldn't you just take, and I'm just estimating here because I don't know, why wouldn't you just take each department's documents and send them? It might cut that 400 down. There are ways to work together to get this done. Why are they at opposition with one another? See, that's the question. If there was not any idea of somebody doing something wrong or bingo commingling funds, trying to cover up another broke area, their funds, if that was not the case, then why are we not working harmoniously together to get the will of the people and to get the work of the people done? If we are all on the same side, there should be no strain, no pain. There should be none. This speaks to me, and it says that there is more here than meets the eye. There's a whole lot more meat on this bone.
Trustee, and I sent all the trustees the same message. Is there anything you want to discuss, got a problem with the upcoming meeting, so we can discuss it and not look like a fool for the public? I get an email saying I'm harassing her because I asked her that, but I'm trying to be transparent and give her what she wants. These are all the bills that she picked up, walked away from the clerk's office, came back and gave them back to the clerk. No one is hiding a damn thing. Mm-hmm. And I told Tiffany, I'm not staying here if we hide anything. So I don't know why this is occurring. I have my personal reasons why I believe it's happening, but these are all the invoices that she requested, that was given to the clerk, that she chose to give back to the clerk. And it's important information in here, and I'm gonna give it back to Robert.
And how many meetings did she cancel with the staff?
She canceled approximately 15 meetings. We set up meetings with the staff on several occasions by her request. For transparency. Mm-hmm. And she chose to cancel those meetings.
Okay, excuse me, can I be recognized?
Hold on, let him finish this. Okay.
As far as your email thread, got her email of her request right here. I got her thanking Robert for sending it. And then she come back after she left the clerk and sent another email that she'd rather have them in email form. After 2 weeks ago, she said it was too large and she couldn't download it. It's obvious. And it's sad because this township is not in bad shape. And all this misconception, it's just sad that they're doing this and the township is in better shape than it was.
Okay, can I be recognized now?
Yeah, great.
All right, let me be very clear. So at one point in time, yes, I did take text messages and different things from Keith Price, but things have changed. And I have said on many occasions, via text, via email, that the way I would like the administration to communicate with me is via email. When you email a person, there's accountability. Yes, I have scheduled meetings with different department heads, with the finance director, but there is no account that you can keep in having conversation with people. I like the conversation regarding township business to be sent via email. That's accountable conversation. That's transparency, because you can always go back to see what I said or what the other person said. I do not feel comfortable having any private conversations with anybody because it's a matter of he say, she say. Email holds you accountable. And that's why I want all of the information that I asked for from administration to be sent via email. Yes, I came to get those, but I have requested previously before Rob sent those documents that all information be sent via email. Now, yes, the way I'm talking, I have a lot of things that I requested.
So he gets to just jump in. I'm so glad this young lady is clarifying exactly why, with a bold face, she wants to have the information sent via email. It holds people accountable. And then you can also BCC your attorney while you're sending information to them. And even though the attorney may not open it right then, they most assuredly will have an electronic copy of what you sent in real time to those that you requested it from. So I think this guy that is sitting here must be getting flossed with money or gifts, or maybe he just really, truly, and honestly believes that there is nothing wrong going on. Maybe he doesn't have any knowledge of it. I don't know. But the whole entire thing reeks of something bad, and I don't know what it is, but let's finish.
That I did not get. And I can go down the list of emails that I sent to different department heads, and I have yet to receive anything. I asked for the Nation Builder contract.
When
I
did
asked
you
for
ask for
information for outreach department.
When
I've
did you
asked
ask
for
for it?
information for media department. I've asked for information for so many things, and have yet to receive that information.
I'm gonna shut that down too.
And so again, I want to make sure that there's transparency and accountability in the conversations I have, and that's it. I'm not going back and forth with it.
I don't want to go back.
Okay, go ahead.
She did send
Yeah, why
requests.
don't you stand right there so
Because I twisted my knee again. She did send requests for those
It's not gonna
documents.
pick up on our record, so you have to stand back, Mike. I'm sorry.
There's no mic even up there. Sorry. She did send those requests. I think those requests came in Saturday. Everybody was off, and she demanded, and Sunday. No, I'm talking to the public, not you. Those requests came in Saturday and Sunday while everybody was off, and she requested she have all that information by 3 p.m. on Monday. It's putting a burden on the staff to have to try to pull all these documents that she's requesting, along with the
3 p.m. on a Monday is not a burden if you consider that most businesses, or especially those that are, governmental agencies, are generally going to be closed at 5 o'clock. So close of business would have been 5 o'clock. I don't see a problem with her requesting. If she requested it Saturday, Sunday, you get there on Monday and you see that you've got the email, it's easy. All you got to do for whatever it is that she's running, especially if everything is kept electronically, is run a rule. You just put the rule in, what you're looking for, you capture the dates, and then you have that sent up. That's easy. And I can't see them being that busy because they're, let me just shut up. From what I've been able to ascertain, what they've been doing is not doing what they need to do. I'm not sure how the FOIA situation is. I think I've heard that it was doing a little better. I don't know how much better, but I can't see why requesting something on a Saturday and a Sunday to be given to her on Monday at 3 p.m. is a problem. And she's a trustee. It's well within her right to do that. Let's continue.
plethora of FOIA information that's coming into this township. For her to do that, that's really outstepping her scope of work. She's a legislator. She can get all the information. We do not want to hide any information from you. So to send those type of requests on a Saturday and a Sunday and demand them by Monday is unreasonable. And that's all I'm trying to get everybody to see. It's unreasonable.
There were no demands made, and anybody could have.
Okay, so you said you didn't go back and forth, you done.
You said it.
Everybody could have.
Okay,
When did we receive the list of bills? When did we receive the list?
She's instigating bullying. That instead of just being quiet and having this gentleman stand down, okay? To me, that's really wasting the time. Now she goes, "Hey, I thought you didn't want to say that." That's not cool. Just hush. The young lady clarified. And here's the thing. How many of us work in business where we deal electronically? All we got to say is, hey, listen, I got your request. I have XYZ I've got to take care of. I can definitely have this to you by tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. or by, today before close of business. No problem at all. Is it possible for me to break this down in increments and send it to you? We're working together. Why is that a problem? It's not a problem if it's everything going well, but it's a problem if things are being withheld.
We received them on Sunday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You got them Sunday.
On Sunday.
When is the meeting? Tuesday?
Okay.
How many days is that?
So
before?
what
What does the law say? What does the law
What's
say?
the difference?
What does the law say?
She said you email on Saturday, but that's a problem. But we can get one on Sunday, and that's okay. No.
Y'all games y'all playing, y'all full of shit.
Exactly.
You full of shit.
All right, so
That's what you are.
all right, so we're gonna end discussion.
You had your bills on time as governed by law. Also, IL.
That's a quick turnaround, just like you just said. That's a quick turnaround, like you just said.
You looking at?
Well, you're gonna get her
We print
information.
all her stuff out.
But you could.
And she is reveling in the confusion that she is at the head of. As the head of anything, whether it's the Girl Scouts, PTA, Hopscotch League, no matter what it is, above all, you should make sure that you're maintaining a spirit of decorum and that you have somebody that is going to stand down when you say, hey, let's calm it down. These individuals need to calm down. But she is the head, and she seems to enjoy this man's positioning. Who is he? You guys know I don't know. Kenneth says, welcome to the jungle. Okay? She's enjoying this. Oh, Most High, please come quick. Fix it quick, please. This is a mess.
But you said it was. Now you defending your co-defendant with whatever conspiracy y'all got going on. And it's obvious that the bills we got the bills on Sunday, right? We got the bills on Sunday. That's the bottom line, right? You can look at them Monday, you can look at them Monday too.
Okay, are y'all done? All right, just so y'all know, the law is within 48 hours. As long as you got your package, got your documentation, it's within 48 hours. Now, your job as trustees is to read, go over it, understand it, ask questions, and get an understanding before we get to the board meeting and put on the show like we're doing. At the township, we never had this problem. Trustee Carmen knows that because she sat on the other side. It amazes me that all of a sudden she has a problem now when she was in the administration doing the exact same thing and the exact same process that the administration is doing today. So just pay attention to when people are playing politics and not doing the government job, which is your duty. Your duty is to make sure you understand the invoice, make sure you got the supporting documentation for it, and move forward. But to constantly come to a board meeting and not pay people for the service they've done, that's not right. Last board meeting, for those fake news outlets that weren't here, basically, this board did not pay for the general fund. And people sat here and cried out for them to pay them because they did the work. But y'all didn't cover that. I didn't see that on the news. When trustees are doing wrong and not taking care of the people, that is wrong. But y'all spin the narrative into something that is not. So you guys still don't want to move forward with paying any of the bills in the general fund. That is my question.
So we have meetings on Tuesdays. Is there a day with the previous week that we could pick, that we could set to review the bills?
Trustee, y'all already have the bills. Do you want to pay the bills for the general fund?
The public needs to know.
They already know. Stop.
They don't even know.
Our meeting is on Tuesday.
So that's a no then.
We're here. We're here. We have time to review
So
it.
the week before,
My
we
question
can't set
is,
a
are you
date
paying
to
the bills?
review invoices.
Point of order. Is there a motion on the floor to pay the general fund? Is there a motion on the floor? Do y'all want to pay anybody for the general fund? Y'all don't want no staff, nobody to get paid. Nobody. So we're gonna play that game again. I motion that we pay the bills for the general fund. Is there a second? It's been motion and second. Call the roll.
Trustee Jones, trustee Gonzalez.
No.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle.
No.
Supervisor Henyard.
Yes. All right, so as you
Motion
see,
failed.
it's been a tie once again. They chose not to pay the people, the employees, the people here at the township. So make sure y'all talk to trustees. Next, is there a motion to pay the general assistant fund? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Yes.
Trustee Carlisle.
No.
Trustee Gonzalez.
No.
Trustee Jones. Supervisor Henyard.
Yes.
Motion failed.
All right, so just so y'all learn the rules, by y'all just come and say no. General assistance fund and road and bridge fund always get paid. Y'all do know that. That's why y'all should learn y'all position while y'all sitting here saying no to paying staff, cameras, news, fake news. Make sure y'all get this. They sitting here voting not to pay people that have done a job that sometimes work check to check. They need their money and they're playing politics. Stop. Now, you know what we should do? We shouldn't pay y'all money because y'all included in there.
For
So
real.
y'all can get y'all check.
Yeah.
You should hold your check. You should hold y'all check.
Stop holding
For real.
your
Because
check.
y'all have no place to respond.
They need to talk to you.
Yeah.
They need to talk to you.
Y'all complain, they got kids, people to feed, y'all playing. Now they gonna talk, y'all the one not voting to pay their
You
money.
the one that's holding this
So,
up.
them the two, but just make sure y'all pay attention. This is cool though.
So once
Next,
again,
is
if
there
you
a
set a
motion
date
to
the week
pay
before
the
the
road and
meeting
bridge
to review
fund? Is
statements.
there a motion? Is there a second? Second. Been motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Who seconded?
I did. You know they're not gonna pay nothing, so you know.
Trustee Carlisle.
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Yes.
Trustee Jones. Supervisor Henyard.
Yes. Well, I'm
Motion
paying on the
passed.
bridge, on 3 things on there, huh? Go ahead, keep
No, I just wanted to state for the record, saying that you all received the bills on Sunday. I commend Clerk Wells and her deputy clerk for the work that they do. They're gonna always make sure you all get your bills and stuff on time. So to even act like that, it's just sad. And,
for sure.
Trustee Gonzalez, you've been on the board for quite some time. From what I heard, you were assessor before that. If you don't know 60 ILCS and how you can set up a meeting to review all bills and invoices with the clerk, it's right. If I have to send you that, I will. If I
Well, let's set that up going forward.
you can set it up with the clerk.
Okay.
That's so when you aim it over here to try to push your narrative, that's something that you should know that you set up with the clerk and the deputy clerk. But again, 6 years of what? Saying yes to anything and not questioning nothing. I'm just tired of the game.
You need to learn, because I haven't been here 6 years.
Whatever years you've been, you don't know.
Well, you should learn that. You should learn before you talk.
You don't know the rules. That's the fact that you don't know the rules to the seats you sit in.
I know the rules.
Well, you would call the clerk and you would set up a meeting.
Well, once again,
At
like you
60
just said,
IL,
in
that's
the past, that hasn't had to be the case. But now,
Because you said yes to everything.
now everything's
But
got to be a
I'm
shell
sorry,
game. Now
I'm
everything's
sorry,
got to be the shell game.
I'm just tired of the game.
Okay.
All right, so next on the agenda is there a motion to approve 3 additional contractors for the lawn mowing and maintenance service at $35 per lawn? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Is there a second? Trustee?
I understand it was established that they was going
They-
to accept the same amount
they-
of money that was presented in
Yeah,
the last bid.
and in my
That's what
understanding,
And that's what we asked them to do,
I would
right?
like to make a motion to amend what you said and just table those items until the next meeting, because I would like to see some of our agenda items on the,
trustee,
agenda, and then, we can, again, inclusion, equity, and compromise. I think it's time.
we're definitely not going to table
Second.
anything, hold on, because just like everybody here knows, people are doing the work. You know that. And for the record, clerk, word for word, Trustee Carmen sat with Stan Brown, drove around with Stan Brown, told him she was okay with putting this on the agenda to vote for. Trustee Carmen.
I didn't know they were doing this much work.
Yeah, I mean, sure, huh. And Trustee Gonzalez told Stan Brown the same exact thing. Y'all both said it was okay to place this.
Wait a minute. Okay, so now we're having an argument about the dollar amount of a lawn mowing service. Here's my question, which makes my spidey senses tingle. Who's doing the mowing? Who owns the mowing companies? And how does that benefit her or anybody that she knows? I don't know whether I'm heading down the right path. But again, I'm down south. I'm not up north. I'm not in, Illinois. I could be wrong. But it appears to me that for people to not want to do this, there must be some type of discrepancy. I remember back in the day when I owned barbershops and beauty salons that we tried to make sure that we took as much credit cards as we could, because it can cause a problem when you're doing taxes. So it's easier to be considered, or be accused of a laundering business. And I'm not saying that they're laundering. What I'm saying is the transparency question raises my senses when I hear them arguing over something what most of us would consider minute. Huh.
On the agenda for the additional 3 contractors. So it is baffling me that you're sitting here today saying table something and the grass still growing. So for 2 more weeks, make that make sense. Residents still need their grass cut. What do we do if you guys keep playing this game, push the can down the road? It don't make no sense. You guys agreed to this. This is why it's on here. So how y'all changing your mind all of a sudden? Y'all told him this. Then he came and told us, y'all said y'all wanted on the agenda. So why all of a sudden are you reneging on what you told somebody? Your word, all you got. So trustees,
Let me ask this question. Are they using outside entities to mow the lawns? In other words, Bob the Builder's lawn mowing service comes on in and they help out, because I did see the statement that mentioned about the parks. So is Bob the Builder able to come in and just say, hey, I'll mow your lawns. I'll do 40 lawns a month for $20. Is that what's going on, or does it have to be someone specific? Because see, if that's the case, then Bob the Builder's lawnmower could be, if I'm the supervisor, it could be my nephew, and my nephew could be giving me a 10% finder's fee. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what this is a mess.
do y'all not want to vote for this? Because the work still need to get done. So what do we tell the resident? There's no such thing as table something that's in action right now. Grass are growing right now. Grass need to be cut right now. What is y'all plan? Because y'all don't run a day to day.
Well, that's kind of the problem. We're trying to figure this out in the middle of the thing.
No, this ain't trying to figure this out. It's been figured out. It was.
Exactly.
Trustee, it was. And I just called you. Did you not have a conversation with Stan Brown?
I did.
Then you not tell Stan Brown that you agree with this?
That's why I put it on a table.
No. That's not what you told me.
There's other things going on. There's other things going on since then.
Did you not tell me it's okay with this?
going on since then. So
Trustee, how do the grass get cut?
Is Stan Brown the gentleman that's on the board of trustees from Dalton? Is that who she's referring to? Stan Brown? Huh. Is that who that is? Stan Brown? Because he just recently decided to gain a pair, Yolanda. If you remember that, I saw that a few weeks ago. He decided, I'm not voting with her. I'm not getting this old to go down with the Titanic. You know what I mean? It was like he was saying, hey, I didn't get this old by being a fool. Let me go on ahead and go the opposite direction. Okay. Wow. Boy, the plot thickens.
So things have
How do the grass get cut? How do we do day to day?
Well, once again, people need to come to you. People need to come to you. You're the one that's holding this up.
How does this
You're the
get
one
done?
that's holding things up. They need to come to you.
Trustee, how do we get the grass cut?
We should have been discussing
I
this
just
in
need to
February.
I just need to ask,
We should have been discussing
how
this in
do
February.
we get the job done?
Grass has been getting cut.
How do we get it cut?
That's the problem.
How do we get it cut, trustee?
That's the problem.
If you're not gonna allow contractors or people to come in to cut the grass, which you agreed to, why aren't we getting the grass
I
cut?
think we need to discuss these ordinances, and then we can take these next steps.
Trustee, this is what's on the agenda. You gotta stick to the
And that's
agenda.
why we're taking.
The agenda
We
right
need to
now
discuss
is
these
something
ordinances.
that you
That's
asked
why
to
we're
put
tabling
on the agenda.
I
Make
didn't
it make
ask- I
sense.
didn't ask to put
You
this on
guys
the
did.
agenda.
You guys told
I did not
Stan
ask to
Brown
put this on
that
the
you was
agenda.
okay with adding the 3 contractors. He
Okay,
then came
now
up and
we're
told us, he talked
and now
to
we want
you,
to
he
table.
talked to Jerry, he talked to Carmen, he talked to everybody.
now
And
we
y'all
want to
all
table
said
it.
yes.
Okay, and now we
So
want to table.
if you table it
Things
2 weeks,
change.
who cut the grass?
Well,
You
that's
already know
something-
he was struggling
well,
the
that's
last
something-
time. You knew he was
That
struggling
takes
the last
leadership
time.
skills. Let's figure this out then.
Okay, don't worry about it. I got it. I'll take care of it. All right, so y'all don't wanna, cut grass? For the 18th time?
It's seniors grass that they voting not to pay.
It's just years.
Why the high schoolers
So
can't
we're
cut?
not,
They are cutting.
Okay,
They are cutting.
pay the high school.
It's
that ain't enough
700
people.
yards.
Stop.
It's 700
So
yards.
what we gonna do, trustees? We gonna take care of this or not?
They want the contracts. The kids.
Where the contractors from?
Okay, all right, you out of order. All right, so moving on. Did you,
There was a motion to approve the contractors. There was not a second.
Oh, is it the second?
There was a motion to table and a second to table to the next agenda, regularly scheduled meeting. That's what's currently there.
Okay. So, we have to go with the table, right?
How did these people obtain the contracts? Did they open it to the public and then do it where it is, a sense of transparency? You get maybe 5 or 6, you open it up to the public and say, hey, I don't know what time of the year they have to do it, but let's just imagine that it's that time of the year. And then you open it up to contractors, throughout Illinois. And you know what your budget is, but you don't tell them what the budget is, but you then go on ahead and you take in the bids, whomever it is, and you're going to need more than one company, it would look like, I don't know, for 700 yards or 70 yards or whatever this guy just quoted. I still feel like it's a prop. There's something going on here, man. I'd have to look at some things to figure it out, but It would seem to me that you would open it up for a bid. You would put that bid in a newspaper, or you put it someplace publicly on your website and newspaper, and maybe then have a couple of advertisements for it to state that this is what you're doing. Of course, you guys would have already agreed to the amount that you can afford for these yards. And I would imagine these are the elderly's yards, I think. And then you would go from there. This seems to, there's a red herring here and something stinks. There's some flies in the buttermilk.
Yes, that's what's.
Okay, I'm not for the table, but okay. Go ahead. You got to call the roll for the table, then we can motion again for the approval. Okay. All right.
Trustee Gonzalez,
Yes.
trustee Carlisle,
Yes.
trustee Gray Everett,
No. I don't
Trustee
believe that we
Jones.
should have the senior staff.
Supervisor, let me finish first. Supervisor Henyard,
No.
motion failed.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the contract? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Second. So a motion and second, call the roll.
Trustee Gonzalez,
No.
trustee Gray Everett,
Yes.
trustee Carlisle,
No.
trustee Jones, supervisor Henyard,
Yes.
motion failed.
All right, moving on. So residents, when you see this, and you're out in the public and you see why grass is not being cut, it's due to your board of trustees playing politics once again. They asked for this to be on this agenda. They okayed it with the department head, Stan Brown, and told him that they was for it. They even took Carmen in the car with him and drove and showed him her exactly what he does and what the kids do and what the contractors do. And she said, yes, she's for it. So that's why it's on the agenda today. Same with trustee Gonzalez, same difference. They both still said no. So these are the games we play. I don't come here to be clickbait, guys. We come here to take care of the business. But right now, y'all letting the business handle y'all, and that's not how you go. It's sad that y'all got people puppeteering you guys and telling y'all what to do, because Carmen, again, was once on the other side. She was in administration. She knows exactly how things work and exactly the steps here, but now she played the games because I guess her and trustee Gonzalez out together. So it is what it is. Next is supervisor report. Upcoming events, guys. Please come out. We got Big Bingo. Big Bingo will be July 18th. It will be going downstairs on Thursday. We have a ton of fun. Residents, come out, bring your loved ones. Sign up because it do get crowded really quick. And sold out really quick. Sold out not meaning that you had to pay, but sold out meaning registration. It starts at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. People love it because that's their time to interact with other residents throughout Thornton Township and make friends with other people from other cities. They have a blast. And what I love about it is the memories that they take back with you. The other thing that I want to announce was Tech Savvy. Tech Savvy is the fourth Thursday of every single month. It starts at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I came on board here as a supervisor. One thing that I heard from most residents was they did not know how to use their electronic devices, which is their tablets, their phones. So we help them put Facebook on there. Some people want that. We help them do Zoom and also do emails. So we did all those things, and it's really, really been dope. You should check it out if you don't know how to do it. Even if you are a teenager and you don't know how to use your electronic device. But I know you do, because most teenagers know how to do it. Because my 5-year-old, she knows how to do all that. After school program, y'all know about that. That's Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. That will be coming up soon. Computer lab. If anybody need help with whether it's homework, building a resume, things of that nature, our computer lab is always open. Please check it out. If you need food, these are all the resources that Thornton Township have that people don't talk about. We're always doing this little mess for clickbait. If you really need food and you're hungry, please go to our food pantry in Harvey. Every single Wednesday, you can go get a free food box, free produce, vegetables, and also bread. Please go by that every single Wednesday from 10 to 5 p.m. And then also our seniors, if you cannot or do not drive, please sign up and we will drop the food at your house. That's the great thing about the things we do. A couple things that's coming up that we got going on for the near future. Something I put before the board was a food truck. That's something that I think we need. I know that the idea came up downstairs, and I know the board shot it down. Again, people that just playing politics, because at the end of the day, that's really a need. Y'all know the desert out here, and we really, really need things like that. I know that another township picked up that same idea, and they doing exactly what I said we should do. They are doing. So that shows you that your supervisors want something great, because we was gonna go from school to school and feed the kids when they get out. They got a home cooked meal, and all they got to do is place it in the microwave so their parents get home, and parents will really, really enjoy that because we help them with their kids. Another thing that we're working on is the grocery food truck. And when I say grocery food truck, that means that you can go onto the food truck. Well, I call it grocery truck, so you mix it two up. On the grocery truck and basically pick your produce off, your onions, your tomatoes, your greens,
Now, wait a minute. Wasn't there a lady there in the community that had not a truck, but a full facility that would allow the people in the community who needed food to go to that area and pick up the food they ate and that they liked? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, okay, Yolanda, you're right there where I am. Okay, you're right there where I am. You just said it right here. She likes to take other people's projects. It was already going before she came. Yes, before she came in. This woman, and I really wish I could get her, because I would love to speak to her, and I would love to help her get more traction if possible, to help people to get food. That's always been one of my loves, is to help a person eat. Why? Because when a person can come in and pick what they want in peace and quiet without people just handing them a bag of beets that don't nobody eat in a can. I like fresh beets. I don't want beets out of a can that are pickled. I like my beets fresh. And there have been times in my life, as people know my testimony from way back, I'm an old hen. So you guys that are following me, you know, there have been times where I have been homeless. There have been times where I was in need, obviously not while I was growing up, because obviously my dad had some finances. But as an adult, when you have children, there are roads that you travel down your life. And there was nothing better than to be able to give back. And when I was able to give back, I had the ability to let people get what they wanted from me. Come in my kitchen, take what you need and go, right? That has been a desire. And this woman is actually putting her feet to the ground, and she's literally got a large building there from what I was able to gather. And she's not been able to have all of the things that she needed to fulfill the vision that, you know, God gave her to deal with. And so I'd love to be able to speak with her. I don't remember her name, but I do know that she is a woman who has a heart for individual people and families. And, you know, I'm going to say this, within our community, that is what we used to have. We used to be able to go to the corner store and put something on, you know, and say, hey, can I get this? Or, you know, I'll pay you back next Friday. Friday would come, you'd go down there and pay. You could barter, like I mentioned to you guys in Mississippi, that, you know, the way that they bartered. My husband's family would take, you know, the eggs and go down there and get something else from somebody else down the other way. They were able to barter. These are the things that make our culture so sweet, that even if for whatever reason, God forbid, the economy would crash, we as a culture have always known, especially Southerners, we have always known how to make it work. You know what I mean? We don't have a problem with beans and rice and some cornbread or some greens that we can grow and you and I can switch out. This to me seems like somebody way above high is pulling some strings. And I feel like the house of cards is about to fall in a minute, because once you start going against people who are really honestly trying to do the will of God, you are in a dangerous place. That is not a good place to be. I would not want to be anybody going against his will. And this is something I'm hearing her say, you know, onions and tomatoes and greens and all these other things. But I just feel like this is just not good. It's very heartbreaking to see someone with that shade of skin conducting themselves in this manner against people with the same shade of skin, against anybody, but against our culture specifically, because historically we know the needs that we've had and we know the things that we have gone through. And we also know, in all due fairness, that we have blamed it on other cultures. And here we have it in real time, seeing that it is not another culture that we can see, albeit it may be them in the background. We can definitely see who it is that's doing it. This is sad.
Your apples, your oranges, your strawberries. It's a moving grocery truck, but it's for produce only. And then we will also still deliver the boxes. And what that entails is you sign up, and of course, this is for our seniors. And we come to your door, you come out, you get on the moving grocery store, and you basically pick your items out. Another thing that we have, GA, I'm real big on giving back. If you need help with your light, gas, water, we even help you bury your loved ones. We also help you pay your rent and your mortgage. So if you need help with any of those things, your supervisor put all that in place for you to get taken care of. So please reach out to us at 708-596-6040. Again, 708-596-6040.
Look at this right here. The doctor lady is trying to open a building for the public. Henyard won't give her permits. Daycare, clinic, recreation, building maintenance. Henyard wants the building for herself. You know what? Before there's a fall, there's always pride. And you yourself, madam, cannot be everything to everybody. The mark of a good leader is understanding to bring in those people to the party that can do everything that's needed for your people. If I were ever given the opportunity to be in that type of positioning, I would make sure that I laid out the net as far across the ocean as we could, right? And we would bring in everybody and everything that would help to build our community. Here it is in living proof that there has been a need for people to come into communities to build up our community. This is the opportunity for her and for everybody like her to have authority to help their own and build an absolute mecca. You could absolutely build your own paradise for people that look like you, that don't look like you, that believe in the vision with you, and build. Can you imagine what you could do? Everybody bringing everything to the table. It almost reminds me of the apostolic tale where you have the apostles that were supposed to have the people come and lay everything at the feet of the apostle. Why? That none would suffer lack. That none would suffer lack. That was the purpose of taking the funds and taking all that they had, liquidating it and taking it and laying it down at the apostles' feet so that the apostles would gather it all together and divide it among the people so that none would suffer lack. And here we have an opportunity to do the will of the God that most of us say we serve. Okay? And we're throwing it to the wind. Lord have mercy.
596-6040 so that we can help you in your time of need. And then we also help with mental health assistance. So if you need help with that, please reach out. And then we do walk-ins. You can come here to this location and we will help you with anything you need. We also got senior transportation. If you need a ride to the grocery store, to the doctor visit, please call us. Again, that's Monday through Friday, and that's from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we will pick you up and we will drop you off. So make sure that you guys see all.
If a person has Medicaid or if a person has a disability, do you realize that those organizations do have transportation? You can't be everything to everybody, because if you attempt to be everything to everybody, you're going to make somebody lack. They're going to have lack. So now you're dropping people off to the doctors. Okay, I see. Instead of saying, okay, if you've already got Medicaid, they have that built in. If you have private insurance and you're in retirement, no, it's probably not built in unless, of course, you've accepted or elected to have that. Okay, because a lot of people from retirement do not qualify for Medicaid. And if that's the case, then fine. You go on ahead and you Medicare, Medicaid, whichever one it is, and you go on ahead and you pay for that extra in your insurance per annum. So why is it that she's doing this, making it seem like, hey, we're going to do all of this for the people? You can't be everything to all people. You're going to lack somewhere. And I submit that the reason why these folks have decided to say no to a lot of the things today is because perhaps, I don't know, and I'm not even going to say allegedly, I'm saying I'm imagining, it's my imagination, that these monies could be going to cover some lack someplace else. Okay, and they've all gotten a prize to that, and they're saying no. But I wonder who this lady is here. I wish I had a pointer with the purple jacket and with the purple shirt on. She seems to vote sided with this with the supervisor. This woman here that I'm circling, if you can see my pointer, with the purple shirt and the mask. She seems to parrot everything that the supervisor says. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not going to break in again. We're going to finish watching. Well, I'll have to break in because I don't own this. And in order for me to make sure it's done correctly, got to break in. So here we go.
All these wonderful things that the township really posts, and we send out mailers, emails, billboards. We do it all for advertisement. And when we do it, the numbers here have increased a lot based off just advertisement. A lot of people didn't know the township exists. And I'm just so happy to let people know the things that I am doing in the township, which we have a surplus of it. That's something that the news don't talk about. And that's why they fake, because they tell one-side narratives. So I want people to know that when I became your supervisor, y'all had a deficit. We turned the township, and my team, my administration, turned the township into a surplus. If you go and really pull the numbers, you will get the facts for yourself, but they don't talk about that. I know that the GA department, General Assistance Department, they have a
You're just
$4
fine,
million
Yolanda.
surplus. I know that the GF department, General Fund, has a $6 million surplus. These are all numbers that you can check for yourselves when y'all was all in deficit. Trustee Gonzalez, who been sitting on this board forever, no one talked about anything that was going on here in the township. It amazes me that now everybody got so much to say when we're actually doing better than what y'all was doing before I got here. So I know people got to create chaos, turmoil, confusion, division. I get it. It's political season. I get it. But it shouldn't have to be at the expense of the taxpayers. And that's what you guys are doing. You guys are creating this division that was not here at the township. And then of the tax bill. That's something else that Trustee Darlene Gray Everett is really proud of. If y'all really look at y'all tax bills, we have 5 cents that the township charges per every 100. We send something out to every single person in Thornton Township to educate you on how your tax dollars are spent here at Thornton Township. But again, they don't tell you these wonderful things that we are actually doing and moving forward. So if you have questions, concerns, you guys can always reach out to us. Again, number 708-596-6040 with your concerns. Township Talk. Township Talk is really dope. That's a good opportunity where you can come and talk to myself or anybody in my administration. Every department head is always at Township Talk. And you can talk about their department. And they'll go over what they do. Seriously, they'll go over what they do, how they do it, what's new, what's upcoming. But you should come. It's every 4th Wednesday of the month. It starts at 5 o'clock. It's in the lower level here at the township. So if you are interested in knowing the facts for yourself or coming to talk to people just to get a better understanding of what's going on or the why, please come and attend, because I am there, they are there, and then the facts always speaks more value than the fiction that's going around in the world.
Okay, do you see what's on the screen? It says also they denied the bills because she takes their stuff off the warrant list, and they said they wouldn't approve anything if she wasn't willing to have their stuff on the agenda, which is a good thing because they need to be able to take back from their community what is a necessity and bring it up there and have it dealt with. And if you're not able to have it dealt with, then I can honestly see why there would be that stalemate. I can honestly see that. That makes all of the sense, and that clarifies to us who've been watching this for the past, little bit here, what exactly it is that's going on. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go on ahead here. This was an article from, the link. I don't know, can you put the link there? Here you guys go. If you want to send anything to me, let me give you an email address that you can forward it to me, because I don't know if links are always able to be put in there. Okay. You guys are able to send anything there. When I get it, it goes through, my daughter checks all of these. When I get it, then I move appropriately, or she will move appropriately. But you can send it to info@FeliciaLockhart.com. Send that anything. I'd really love to see, Yolanda, that letter, if you can come across it again, because it would answer a lot, especially for somebody like this guy, right? But yes, info@FeliciaLockhart.com. For those of you who know also, you can send things to Felicia@FeliciaLockhart.com. Well, it's no problem. Go ahead and send it, and we'll move from there. But I just think that it's sad. And if you guys know how to get in contact with Dr. Scott, you can give her that information too, because I'd love to have her. Now, we don't pay for people to come on because we want to stay, we don't want to be bought. We want to make sure that whomever comes because they want to. And we want to make sure that we're able to speak with them and allow them to speak freely, knowing, and the people that are watching, knowing that it's not contrived, it's not any of that. Yeah, that part. So let's go on ahead and finish.
Tax bills are really important. I know a lot of people are upset about taxes. I know I tried to educate the public about the taxes and how it worked, but no one was listening. And look what they did, raise y'all taxes anyway. I warned you, I tried to warn you, I told you, I showed you, I made slides, I made graphics, I did everything possible to show you guys that, hey, they raise y'all taxes no matter what y'all say, by 4.99%. And if you really go look at it, you will see on your tax bill who you are paying your taxes to. You have park board, library board, school board, you got everybody. I know I'm missing some people, but you got everybody. And I talked about this at Township Talk. And then I've also FOIA all the time. So if you live in the town and you really want to know the truth, why don't you FOIA? FOIA is a freedom of information that you would get from that city or village. And they'll tell you exactly, hey, we raised your taxes by X, Y, Z, whatever that number is. I know at Township Talk, we put up people that turned theirs back into us, from Markham to Riverdale to Dalton to everybody. Put up everybody's tax levy. So just so you understand who's raising your property taxes, so that you're not pointing the finger at one person, because people raise your taxes and you don't even know it. And then you're mad at the wrong people because they told you that and you didn't go research. So knowing is believing, and showing you facts over fiction is the best part. So that's it for my supervisor's report. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We now have public comment. There you go.
Yes, Deborah Reeves.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
I'm not on the list.
Okay, you got to sign it before. You know that.
My comment is strictly for you, Carla. I'm confused as to how you figure or feel like you're trustworthy. You rode on the coattail of Henyard for a while. She put you in that seat, but yet you sit here and you want to act like you're so righteous now. Like, what makes you feel like anybody can trust you when you were her? You were with her. So if she's not to be trusted, why the hell should we trust you? It's like, in street terms, it's like you flip flop like a reneging gang member. Like you're GD, now I'm vice lord. I'm with this person. Like, you don't know what they want to do. I don't know about the rest of these people, but you sitting up there declining and not paying bills, it's enough for me to even give you a chance. So with that being said, everybody's famous word is unasked. You need to unask that seat. Anybody needs to unask that seat.
I was supposed to speak, and I'll just touch on the, and I do apologize, I twisted my knee earlier. Stan Brown was ready to quit this township because people were playing and not paying the grass vendors, because he takes such pride in the senior lawn service. Stan came to me, I said, well, Stan, you know what we gotta do. They say they wanna be included. I will tell you, since you're over the program, to reach out to each one of them, talk to them, see if they're going to pay these other vendors that you need. If they go down to the $35, which one to be it per lawn. He did it. He said he rode around with Miss Carmen. He said he talked to Mr. Jones. He said he talked to everyone. I said, well, if you talk to everyone, then we'll put it on there. You shouldn't have a problem. He said he told them he did not want to put these people on this list and start them cutting if they were going to play with these people money. And then they come here and don't pay the people that cut the senior lawns. Yeah. It's sad. And at some point, the public has to really see the truth. When the smoke clears, that's what it is. Smoke in mirrors. We've given people what they asked for. We've given it to them by email. The file's too big. I don't want to print all this off.
Use Google Drive.
But you talked about we printed them off the next time. Rob, like, man, I just, there's no sense for all this.
That's exactly what I just got through saying, to use Google Drive. All you've got to do is put it in Google Drive and you can share that, and everybody who can see it or who's given the invitation will be able to see it. I'm looking all over the place while this is playing for that letter because I, with bated breath, would love to read it.
Controversy, Rob, print it out.
I went to his website. I don't see it.
I said, you ain't doing nothing? I said, I'm not doing anything. Then you don't want to take the documents. At some time, all I want to do is let the public realize what's really going on here. And it's just a whole lot of brouhaha. And it's a political football that they're kicking around right before the election to make someone look like they're doing so much. And then actually, they are doing so much. But it's not wrong. There's so much right going on right now. And I just believe the public is going to see through it. And I believe everything will work out fine. And to the staff,
that's
I
true,
appreciate
Kenneth.
y'all. If nobody tell y'all that, I appreciate you all. I appreciate the time you put in. I appreciate people like Mr. Tony actually going to cut grass. I appreciate all the work that Ms. Hughes and all the department heads do. So, Ms. Ebony, your program is working awesome. Your children that work for you do a great job at all the days in the park. There's a lot of great things going on, and it's sad that people are truly playing politics. But it'll all come out. It'll all come out very soon, and a lot of things will come out very soon that people do. Thank you very much.
All right, let's end the public comment. Is there much to adjourn? Is there a second? Y'all will go on. Second.
I have a couple comments real quick. Questions, comments.
Trustee.
Will the clerk's office still have the bills to be reviewed?
Trustee.
Yes.
So we can deal with that after we're done.
No, we can.
That was up
I'm
top.
asking a
You
question
did
right now.
something to say, you
I have a
didn't.
question right now.
Again, for the record, we will give you
It's
all.
already there.
It's there.
So
They have it.
it's been a motion and a second.
You just took it from them though.
It's been a
So
motion and a
I'm gonna give it back?
I took it.
It's right there.
You guys, who is the gentleman in the blue shirt? Does anybody have is that the person, Jones? Who is he? Is he like one of the trustees as well, or he works for the actual township? In what capacity, if he works for them? Let me come back on this side and look. Let's see. And Tommy did the same interview with Dr. Scott. I want to know who this man is because he seems to be somebody who does all of the speaking for this woman. Huh. Okay, let's finish.
It's right there. So they don't have it.
They can have it. They'll have it.
And have it, but they
They'll
don't.
have, set your meeting up, they'll have it. Set your meeting
What's
up,
the,
they'll
I
have
have
it.
a question, what's the process for ordinances to be put on the agenda?
Trustee Carlisle.
What else?
Trustee Gray Everett.
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
No.
Trustee Jones. Supervisor Henyard.
So you wanna go home? Yes, I'm ready to go.
Can't
Thank you.
answer questions. That's what the public needs to know.
I answered it several times.
That's exactly what they need to know.
I answered it several times.
All right.
No one has had any. I'm not gonna keep pushing.
Oh, okay. So it's done.
And I always been respectful. Well, since I have it here, what's the process for it? You don't know the process? What's the process? Did y'all submit it past the time that it was? No, it was posted. We got it before the bill to the clerk. So the clerk will put it out. It was posted. So it was posted. The meeting was already posted on the bill. Y'all sent it in late. The meeting was already posted.
Hey, Chris. Can you come here and talk about these ordinances? You thought they'd be on the agenda tonight?
Yes, I'm sorry. There?
Yes.
Yeah, can we just do it all at once, please?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Here, let me put this down real quick.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I met you before.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yes.
This is still on.
It got crowded, huh?
Are they in your shot? They could move.
Yeah, if I'm in your shot, let me know.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, they okay.
So you sent an agenda earlier.
Oh, it was early in the week. I'll be honest, I don't remember.
Wait a minute. Do you guys notice this poor man's countenance? He seems very shaken. And I see somebody here saying somebody's going to ask him, why is he shaking? What he seems very shaken. And I think that it does have everything to do with this person right here. I think it does. Wow. Wow.
Get the bills.
Correct.
Then we could have a meeting. There still may be some bills, especially initially in this first one, that we would take out. We would request to be taken out. But once again, we'd probably be right back into the same situation where, they're not, they'd probably be too tight. But we have questions about
So you
it.
don't think you have a majority?
No, right now, well, the way it was today, no, we did not. Obviously, no, everything ended up being too tight. So,
Have you spoken with Jerry Jones?
recently I have not. No, I had heard, one of the other trustees had talked to him and he had said he wasn't going to be in attendance. I don't know, the exact reason. But
Chris, I personally am not here very often. We walked in the middle of this meeting,
Yes.
so I'm still playing catch up a little bit. So my understanding is that you had asked for some information.
And some ordinances to be put on the agenda.
And it was supposed to happen within 48 hours, and it did technically happen, but did you not have time to review the stuff, or what exactly was the
Well, it's a
issue?
combination of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, time to review it, and then also, like I said, wanting to have those ordinances in place and be ready to go forward. That would help with the bills, because a lot of it was about spending the ordinances. So
you wanted a better look at what was on, on the
and
plans,
to have the ordinances so there's a little more structure in place. So those are the reasons that we voted no. We voted no for the general fund and the general assistance bills.
So there are obviously people out there like this gentleman who may not be paid. And what do you have to say to those people?
Well, we could get something done if they're willing to cooperate. We could get it done. Today's Tuesday only. We could get it done, but it takes the cooperation. And like I said, at the end of the meeting, it takes leadership. It takes communication. Like I said, they could have just said, "Hey, we could do it tomorrow." But that's why I asked the questions. Will the clerk have the bills? Yes, but then no. They could get them. Well, either they have them or they don't.
This was the question you were trying to ask
Yeah,
at the end of the
correct.
meeting.
But it's just that constant shell game. It's
So is the problem that there are some bills you don't want to pay that get mixed in with the general?
Yeah, right now
let's
we don't have a budget
everything?
in place going forward. So I don't feel that we should be paying for things in the future going out, especially when it comes to things like entertainment things. Let's get our budget, common sense budget in place first. Then we could discuss those things. But right now, I mean, we don't have a problem obviously paying the light bill, things like of that nature, insurance bills. But if there's zero cooperation, it just kind of, right now, we're just at that crossroads because it's only going to get worse.
The last time we were here, I know it was said tonight that, Tiffany Henyard was saying when she took over, there was a deficit, now there's a surplus. I think she said of $6 million. The last time I was here, you hadn't really had a chance to look at any of the financials. Has any of that changed? Have you been given access to those at all, or no?
No. All I've seen was the budget that they would propose going forward. As far as like what we have and what we really don't have, no, I have not seen that. On page, black and white, here it is. I have not seen.
Do you think
that.
any of the other trustees have?
That I don't know. I really don't know. And then, I've said it before, we've got trustees voting yes for things. And it's like, so either you're saying something and I'm not, or if that's not the case, then you're voting on something you're not seeing either. Neither's right. So, but then and that's kind of to the root of all our problems here. It's just, like I said, it's a shell game. It's like, don't look at this, don't look at this. We're going to talk about all this deflection. And that's just not the way to govern, so.
I'm good if you guys are good. My hands are about to fall off the microphones. All right,
So
Chris.
according to the township structure, though, trustees could call their own meeting.
Yes.
The supervisor technically reports to the trustees, right?
Yes, correct.
So you could call a meeting, you could pass these ordinances if you had a majority.
Well, it depends who shows up.
Right.
If we call a meeting, but there's only two of us, then that's not a quorum, so we really can't get anything done. That's why I said we're kind of at that crossroads, unfortunately, where something's got to give.
And have all the trustees seen those ordinances that you're presenting? Has Supervisor Henyard?
It was sent out to.
So they know what's in there.
Yeah.
Have they expressed any objections? I mean, it seems pretty.
I haven't heard any feedback, other than, Trustee Carlisle was the one that put it together. Well, with the help of attorney, put them together. But I haven't heard any feedback from anyone else, meaning the administration, any other trustees besides Trustee Carlisle. So, so like I said, those are the things we want them on. And it's not to say it might not even pass, but once again, let's put it to a vote. If you're going to vote against protecting your employees, your own very own employees, once again, you hear all the talk, all the rhetoric about the employees are wonderful. Okay, well, let's protect them. That's basically what one of the ordinances is all about. So, make it make sense, as they say.
Can we publish those ordinances just for people to review?
There should have been something sent out today. Was there an attachment? There should have been. Okay, yeah. So
I can make that public. It's not approved, but it's available for viewing.
Proposed, So my understanding is, yes, it should be put out.
Okay.
I'm not a lawyer, so I can't say for sure, but my understanding is it can be.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Not sure.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Okay, and that is that. So what we saw is a hot rump mess. And I want us to see this again, just so that those who may have come in, there it is, right yonder. Let me stop it. Okay, I wanted everybody to see this before we close so that those who came in later were able to find out exactly what it was in a very fast summation. So I'm going to show this news article just so, again, for clarification for those people who came in later, and maybe even those who come in at the end will be able to just pull it back a little bit and watch it just so they don't have to go back to the beginning. So here we are. I'm just going to go on ahead and let this play again so that people know exactly what's what.
Tonight, the Thornton Township Board of Trustees did not approve funds at a meeting tonight for work and services performed for the township.
WGN's Brona Tumulty joins us now with the details. Brona.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, all of the vendors listed in the general fund and the general assistance fund may not be getting any money for the foreseeable future. Neither of those funds were approved tonight by trustees. The vote was taken and there was essentially a stalemate.
Y'all want to give the public a reason why we're not paying bills tonight?
Another night of fireworks in Thornton Township.
I'm being very clear on what we're doing. As long as we give you what you asked for, that's all that matters.
The infighting largely centering on requests for information.
You got it on Sunday. When is the meeting? Tuesday? Okay. How many days is that before?
48 hours.
What does the law say? What does the law say? What's the difference? What does the law say, trustee? You're supposed to have the bill 48 hours before.
And arguments over ordinances some of the trustees want in place.
I'll feel more comfortable if there's structured organization and a limit set and it's forced, not forced, but just enforced that there's responsible spending with the township funds.
Those would help regulate how township funds are spent.
It was in plenty of time to be put on the agenda. Obviously, you saw it was not on the agenda.
There were a number of items on the agenda not approved, meaning checks won't go out for a number of residents, which trustee Chris Gonzalez says he's still happy to get the ball rolling on, but needs a collaborative effort from his colleagues.
Today's Tuesday only. We could get it done, but it takes the cooperation. And like I said, at the end of the meeting, it takes leadership. It takes communication.
Now, it's clear how things will move forward, even if another example was called this week to try and resolve all of this. It could well result in another tie. We're live in South Holland. Brona Tumulty, WGN News.
Thank you, Brona.
All right, folks, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for hanging out with us. We have one mod in here right now, and that is Yolanda Fields. I don't think I see any other mods, so I'm just going to thank her for holding it down for us today and keeping everybody engaged and putting out some information. So I so appreciate you for being here, Yolanda, and everyone else who's come in today. Thank you guys so very much. Here is what I want to say in closing. I want everybody who knows the way to intercede for somebody, to intercede for those within your own communities who aren't doing so well. Because as you can see, there is a lot of bureaucracy that somehow seems to bleed its way into our local areas. Whether you be down south, whether you be out west, whether you're up north, whether you're in the Midwest, it is important for us that can see things that are wrong. It's important for us to intercede and stand in the gap for everybody that we know. We used to walk our community when my children were young. When we would move into a community and there were really bad things going on, we would literally lay our feet and walk throughout the community and just intercede for the neighborhood, call out the stuff we did not want anymore, and call in what we did want, because we have authority to take over the area that we put our foot. So you all intercede for the communities that you're in, intercede for one another. And the one most important thing that you can do in all circumstances and situations, especially to those who are near you that you may not even know they're hurting, is to show love. One free thing is a smile. Don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing to smile. Okay? All right, you all take care. Remember what we always say, that man, you, me, all of us, none of us are moved by anything that we say. We're only moved by the true, unadulterated word of our Father. That's important to note. Whenever we're dealing with situations like this, people like to remove belief in God. But you can't. You cannot deal with things like this, because this kind cometh not out but by prayer and fasting. And I know how to do that. And so that's why I'm encouraging everybody to do it. You guys take care of yourself first, and then you can turn around and take care of everybody else. And until we see each other again, make sure you take care of my friend, because my friend is you. Peace.
Hey everyone, it's me, Felicia, of the Lockhart Perspective and Headlines with a Voice. I want to tell you a little secret. This is what I used to do, because I don't do it anymore. I would go to the store, buy the barbecue sauce, pour it inside of a bowl, put a whole bunch of different spices, a dash of brown sugar, a dash of maple, and a dash of mustard, stir it all around, and everybody would be like, oh my gosh, this is the best, this is the best. But I was exhausted after all of that, and a lot of times I couldn't remember how many dashes of what I put in it. But I don't have to do that anymore, because now I just go to Judge Joe Brown's website and I order his 3-pack of bottled barbecue sauce. It is by far the best, and I do mean the best barbecue sauce I've ever eaten. And when you go to his website and you order his 3-pack, you'll see exactly what I mean. Head on over to jjbbbq.com and order Judge Joe Brown's barbecue sauce. You'll be glad you did, and you're going to tell me about it. I know you will.
To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day.